The horizontal jumps consist of long and triple jump. Both events commence with a run-up and end with a little athlete in the sandpit. On the runway, there is a takeoff area. Depending on the age of the little athlete, there are two types of takeoff areas that might be used. A takeoff area covered in sand or chalk, or a takeoff board painted onto or fixed into the runway. It is important that care is taken when crossing the runway. Always look both ways before crossing to avoid collisions. Also, make sure that there are no loose objects in the sand before any little athlete jumps into the pit. A fast, controlled and accurate run-up to the takeoff area is an important part of both events. The youngest little athletes should begin their run-up approximately 10 metres back from the takeoff area. As little athletes get older, a rough guide to the length of their run-up is their age plus or minus 1 metre. The aim of the long jump is to jump as far as possible into the sandpit from the takeoff area. The little athletes should keep their eyes up during the run-up and not look down at the takeoff area. When they reach the takeoff area, they should leave the ground off one foot and drive the knee of their other leg and their arms high into the air. The little athlete lands in the sandpit on 2 feet, with their feet close together and their knees bending on impact. The aim of the triple jump is to land as far into the pit as possible after completing a hop, step and jump from the takeoff area. To remember the hop, step and jump sequence, the little athlete should think of landing on the same foot, then the other foot, finally with both feet. When they reach the takeoff area, the first phase for the little athlete is to hop. The athletes land on the same foot as they take off from. The second phase is the step. After landing from the hop, take a bound forward, landing on the opposite leg. The final phase is the jump. From the step position, jump into the sandpit. Like in the long jump, the little athlete should land in the sandpit on 2 feet, with their feet close together and their knees bending on impact. It is important for the little athlete to try to keep the phases as even as possible and keep their speed up through each phase. A common mistake is for the hop to be too high or long. The long jump and triple jump are both measured using a measuring tape. The end of the tape is attached to a spike, which is placed on the mark in the sand made by the little athlete that is closest to the takeoff area. For example, if the little athlete falls backwards when they land in the pit, the measuring tape is placed on the closest point to the takeoff area, not to where the feet landed. Where the other end of the tape measure is placed depends on the type of takeoff area used. When a takeoff area covered in sand or chalk is used, the measurement is made to the mark made by the little athlete's foot that is closest to the sandpit. If the little athlete's foot crosses over the edge of the takeoff area closest to the sandpit, the performance is a foul and no distance is recorded. If the athlete takes off before the back edge of the takeoff area, the tape is placed on the back edge. When a takeoff board is used, the measurement is taken from the edge of the board closest to the sandpit, regardless of where the little athlete jumped from. The measurement must be taken perpendicular to the takeoff line or its extension.